Everybody, this is Patrick here with my friend Matt, and you're watching Trends with Benefits. This is the show where every week we take a look at four coins and we give a little bit of background and research on it, and then we say from our perspective whether you should be thinking about buying it, selling it, hodling it, short term and long term. As always, none of this is financial advice. This is just a couple of guys with pretty good experience in the space, giving an assessment over, projects that we find interesting. So, how you doing, Matt?
I am doing absolutely well, and I am looking forward to this coin today.
Yes, today we are talking about a coin that many of you will be familiar with, and that is Wormhole. And no, it doesn't have anything to do with Dune. It doesn't have anything to do with space. What Wormhole, the ticker W, which is, I love these one character tickers, is an interoperability platform powering multi chain applications and bridges at scale. So, especially if you're going from Solana to the EVM ecosystem, you're going to be using Wormhole a lot, whether you know it or not, in the background. For those folks who do cross chain and multi-chain stuff, Wormholes in the same ecosystem as say Layer Zero and Axelar. And it's one of the big boys here. So Wormhole, they had a major airdrop at the beginning of April, and so it kind of went the same way that the Layer Zero drop went a few days ago. We're filming this on June 22nd, just for everybody's reference. So what happens is they do a big airdrop. People have been farming the ecosystem for a long time. They get the drop. Everybody complains about how they didn't get enough of the airdrop, and then the farmers sell and move on to greener pastures, and the people who believe in the ecosystem either buy the dip or they hold, and that's what we're seeing with Wormhole. So in the Wormhole news, governance staking recently opened, and it was actually like a pretty cool process. I got a Wormhole airdrop through my past activity on Solana, and I believe, yeah, it wasn't Aptos, but basically on Solana and some EVM. And I went through the governance staking process myself, and I staked it with my good friend Beachball at Synonym Finance. So he's my validator of choice. So the Wormhole token's available on Solana, Ethereum, Arbitrum, and Base. All-time high was at launch. We'll show you the chart in a second, but it's pretty bleak. So it's down 76% since the airdrop. So whenever people say try things like always sell the airdrop, and when they say things like sell in May and walk away, well, maybe these things are said for a reason. So its market cap right now is at $610 million with a fully diluted valuation of 3.4 billion. So 18% of the tokens are in circulation, which is something to be aware of. But remember, this is pretty much a brand new token. So right now I'm showing you the chart from the date of the airdrop. Started off at $1.40, and we see it go down, and then we had a little bounce, and now we're all the way down to 34 cents on the dollar. Pros. Okay, so there are pros. Actually, it's Wormhole is a fantastic project, fantastic tech, right? Good tech. It's a gold standard interoperability protocol that's used at the chain level, as opposed to something like Axelar would be more integrating it adapts on different chains. Wormhole kind of operates in a little bit of a different sphere, even though the applications and the utility are the same, which is to move tokens from one chain to another as cheaply and seamlessly and safely as possible, and also in the terms like unlocking liquidity between chains. So it has a great narrative. I love these kind of right curve narratives, interoperability, Web3 integration. This is how you scale. We're scaling here, and then the whole abstraction. So if you look at Wormhole's vision, it's like it's one of these multi-chain, omni-chain futures where everybody can scale, and it's all happening in the background. So users and even devs don't have to worry about how to solve one of these most technologically difficult and complex challenges in the blockchain space. So really, I'm attracted to these kinds of narratives. Pros, airdrops over. All right, we're down 76%. The farmers are out. Right now we're in the staking phase. So it's like now we got the true believers in Wormhole are holding the token. Staking's open, and everybody's invested in powering the system going forward. Looking at cons, okay, the price ceiling. What is the potential ceiling for this project? 610 million. Quite frankly, is very undervalued for a project as established and widespread as Wormhole is. But you're all looking at that $3 billion plus total value. So its market cap is actually comparable to Layer Zero, which just had the big airdrop, which broke our good buddy Arbitrum. I don't know if you tried to do any Arbitrum interactions whenever the claiming of Layer Zero was happening, but I enjoyed a nice $11 transaction fee, and one that took 45 minutes to actually be validated and go through. So Layer Zero is actually sitting at 760 million. Its chart looks very similar to Wormhole, which is number go right down. And it also has a similar $3 billion FDV. Axelar, in the meantime, has a $430 million price ceiling. Axelar's been around, the token's been around a bit longer. So it's sitting at 430 million, and its market cap is unlimited because of the way they do their tokenomics. So cons, 18% of tokens in circulation. So that's always, as we talk about, is as the new tokens get unlocked, your value of your token goes down due to inflation, right? Unless number is going up faster than the unlock. It does have a really well thought out unlock schedule. It's like a series of staggered plateaus over many years. So I'm not really concerned about like a massive vesting cliff or anything like that. But you got to be aware that less than 1 in 5 tokens are in circulation right now. All right, here we go. Cons. Okay, airdrop frenzy's over. Who cares about staking? It's really boring. Where do you find the narrative catalyst to make everybody super excited about Wormhole and make that number go up really fast in the future? So in the short term is, do you like stake? Do you like staking? Well, if you like staking, then get yourself some Wormhole and stake it and earn the rewards on that, and see if you can, and see what kind of ecosystem benefits that you can get. In the long term, I call it class action. So it's a super solid project. I can see the price moving with its peers in the interoperability sector, such as Layer Zero and Axelar. So if this kind of narrative gets really hot, cross-chain gets really hot, then I could see Wormhole and its cronies and competitors all moving up. And the thing is, when a class of projects and tokens catches fire, then the price ceiling disappears. The market decides what the price could be. So you could look at 20 billion, it could be 50 billion. You just don't know what can happen when these things catch fire. So do we buy, hold, or sell? Okay, for me, if you didn't sell at the airdrop, then hold it, man. Hold it, stake it, be a good citizen of Wormhole. Be happy that you got your tokens. Don't farm and run. Stake it, be a part of it, support the project, and in the future, I think in the long term, this is one of these really good projects to be involved in, and with a lot of upside in the future. So over to you. What do you think? You're on mute.
I was trying to share my screen fast enough so I can unmute myself, but it didn't happen. So I'm going to share my screen. And here's my thing here. Here's my thing. First of all, Vitalik Buterin hates bridges. He says that it's more of he says we just need to have a multi-chain solution than a cross-chain solution. So what I think is Vitalik Buterin, he is notoriously anti-bridge person. He says that he's more of a one or multiple chain solution than a cross-chain solution. Meaning that, sure, if you don't want to use Ethereum, use Solana. If you don't want to use Solana, use Cardano. I don't know if anybody actually uses Cardano, but that's how it should be. But if you think that you're going to use a cross-chain solution to do all these different things, he says there's so many different risks involved. Some things that he does say that are involved. Actually, I just looked this up. I think you chat GPT for everything that I do. Security limits, 51 attack vulnerabilities, smart contract risks, preference for multi-chain, just many different things that he's looking at there. But also, there's been a lot of bridge hacks. There's been 18 major bridge hacks. The Ronin is one of them. $625 million exploit in 2022. 2022 was a hard year for bridges. A total of 2.16 billion has been hacked from bridges. Wormhole was one of them. I mean, in July, 41 million. We have the largest, one of their largest hacks was $321 million hack back in February of 2022. And so it's like, the fact is that bridges are risky. And so what you're going to be doing is either staking and locking a value or trying to invest in something that has shown over and over and over again to have vulnerabilities. And with these vulnerabilities, they're not just, like the exploit we saw the other day with Kraken when Certex was, trying to find vulnerabilities in Kraken. They lost $3 million, right? And they were transparent, and there's a bug bounty, so that could be taken care of. This is hundreds of millions or billions of dollars, and so the risk is too high for bridges, in my opinion. I'm going to stay away from. I'm on Vitalik's side with this. Just if you want to invest in a layer one, invest in a layer one. If you want to invest in a layer two, invest in a layer two. If you want to invest in a bridge to try to wrap everything together, then you're probably setting your money on fire. And at the worst, and at the very least, you're going to be biting your nails and puckering your butt because you don't know what's going to happen in the future.
Yeah, what is the apocryphal quote? Like the Chinese character for crisis and opportunity is the same. So I see it's a huge vulnerability, as you had said. Wormhole got a $320 million hack in, I believe, early 2022. It's interesting. Jump Capital actually jumped in and patched that over with extra funding. But I think like it's a serious technological problem and issue. Bridges are the single most critical point of vulnerability in blockchain ecosystems. Like that's where the bad things happen. On the other hand, I think if you have protocols that introduce security and make bridging safe and easy, and they solve that issue, then that's where the upside is. I'm a bridgeor.
Right on. All right, well, that was what our takes are on Wormhole. You have one person that loves bridges and one person that is like, I'd rather put my money into Ethereum. Keep it there.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to Trends with Benefits. My name is Matt. This is Patrick. Again, this is not financial advice. It's two dudes with a little bit of experience in the space talking about these tokens. Hope you find value. Again, you can email us at matt@dailycryptonews.net. You can reach out to us on our Twitter. That's at DCN Daily Crypto. Substack is DCN Daily Crypto. And I will see you next time. Thanks, Patrick.